Hare Krishna, pranam to all the devotees. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to all the devotees in today's session of the secrets of Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to cover Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 text 24 to 27. As we discussed last time, Arjuna wanted Lord Shri Krishna to place his chariot between both the armies so that he could see his enemies. And let's see what happens next. Text 24. Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Mukto Hrishikesho Gudakesena Bharata Senayorubhayor Mathe Sthapayitva Rathottamam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Purport. In this verse, Arjuna is referred to as Gudakesa. Gudaka means sleep, and one who conquers sleep is called Gudakesa. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. So here we see uh, two meanings of the word Gudaka has been given. One meaning is sleep and another meaning is ignorance. So one who can conquer over both sleep and ignorance is called Gudakesha, and Arjuna has this characteristic. Next, as a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment because that is the nature of a devotee. So, as Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport, that Arjuna could conquer over ignorance or sleep simply by being the friend of Lord Shri Krishna. And what does it mean to be a friend of Lord Krishna? That has been further explained that Arjuna could not forget Krishna even for a moment. So that's the meaning of friendship. So, in all conditions of life, Arjuna always remembered Lord Shri Krishna, and that is the nature of uh, a pure devotee like Arjuna. We also have examples in Srimad Bhagavatam, such as Maharaj Ambarisha, Maharaj Prahlada, Dhruva Maharaja. So, uh, all these pure devotees uh, always think of Lord Krishna, and just by this simple process of remembering Lord Krishna, they can conquer all kinds of anarthas or all kinds of ignorance. So this is the speciality of Bhakti Yoga. In other processes such as Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, uh, yogis have to work hard to control over their senses. Uh, but in Bhakti Yoga, the process is very simple. Just we have to think of Krishna by various methods such as chanting, hearing, dancing, or and serving the Lord in various capacities. So that's the beauty of Bhakti Yoga. We also see uh, in the pages of Mahabharata when Arjuna happens to visit heavenly planets or Svargaloka. Urvashi, the society girl of Svarga, uh, wants to uh, have intercourse with Arjuna, but Arjuna, being a pure devotee of Lord Krishna and thus so religiously minded, he refuses her request. So, seeing Arjuna's commitment to dharma in such a situations where the most beautiful society girl of heaven proposes him to have intercourse with her, uh, Devraj Indra, or the presiding deity of heavens, uh, gets impressed by him that uh, such level of sense control is very difficult to be achieved by yogis. And Arjuna, uh, he was playing a role of a kshatriya. So Lord Indra was very surprised that how could he so easily refuse Urvashi. So that is the uh, effect of Bhakti Yoga. Elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, we see that Maharaj Amrisha, when uh, that is a long story, but I will make it short. When uh, sage Durvasa visits Maharaj Amrisha, and Maharaj Amrisha, being a householder, he requests sage Durvasa to uh, take food at his place, and sage Durvasa, along with his 60,000 disciples, uh, goes to take a bath and return back to uh, take food at Maharaj Amrish's place, palace. So Maharaj Amrish uh, was following the Vrata of Ekadashi, and that was the day of Dwadashi where he was supposed to break his fast. So he was put into a dilemma that what should you do, because eating before the guest is adharma. We get seen by without first honoring the guest. If he eat, then that is considered sinful. So then he consulted his ministers, brahmanas. Then brahmanas gave him the counsel that we can drink water, uh, because drinking water will be considered as breaking of the fast or not breaking of the fast. So when Durvasa Muni came to know about this, that Maharaj Amrish, uh, he drank some water before honoring say Durvasa with food. So he wanted to punish him. So he created some demoniac creature uh, and ordered her to kill him. However, even in such a awkward situation, Maharaj Ambrisha could stay calm, uh, and he simply remembered Lord Vishnu. So it so happens that the Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Vishnu appears over there to protect Maharaj Ambrisha. So Sudarshan Chakra, he kills that particular demonic creature and uh, chases Durvasa Muni to punish him for insulting such a great devotee like Maharaj Amrisha. So Srila Prabhupada, while describing this past tense, makes this point that Maharaj Amrisha uh, was a householder, uh, and he was a king. So Durvasa Muni might have thought that he must be very inferior to me because I'm a sannyasi, I'm in a renounced order of life. So uh, I can punish him. But we can see that Maharaj Amrisha, though he was a householder and he was amidst all sorts of sense objects because he was a king, but he could subdue his senses and he could remain so peaceful even in such a awkward situation where uh, he was about to die. So that shows his extraordinary achievement. Whereas Sage Durvasa, who was a sannyasi, and it was expected that He would not get uh, affected by anger or uncontrolled anger, but just because of very insignificant issue, he who lost his control, and he wanted to kill Maharaj Amrish, was such a pious king. So Srila Prabhupada makes this difference, that there is the difference between a pure devotee and any uh, ordinary Ashtanga yogi. So Arjuna, being a pure devotee of the Lord, and particularly uh, he was a friend of Lord Shri Krishna. In fact, he's a eternal associate of Lord Shri Krishna. So it was just natural for him to conquer ignorance or sleep. Sleep is very insignificant uh, thing to control over for pure devotees, because as Prabhupada explains in the purport, that pure devotees are always thinking of the Lord. So naturally, if somebody is thinking of something during the daytime, so it is going to appear in dream. So in that sense, pure devotees, though they are uh, sleeping, they are not actually sleeping. They are always thinking of Lord Krishna, because uh, that's their nature. Uh, okay. Next, as Hrsikesa, or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus he did so and spoke as follows. And we see there is another word used here, that is Hrishikesha. So Hrishikesha means the director of the senses, that includes the mind. So Lord Shri Krishna, being the controller of everyone's mind, could understand Arjun's uh, mind, and he just follows his order. Now we will see what happens next. Text number 25. भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षितां उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरून् इति. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation: in the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. Purport: as the super soul of all living entities, Lord Krishna could understand what was going on in the mind of Arjuna. The use of the word Hrishikesha in this connection indicates that he knew everything. And the word Partha, or the son of Kunti or Pritha, is also similarly significant in reference to Arjuna, because Arjuna has been addressed as Partha. As a friend, he wanted to inform Arjuna that because Arjuna was the son of Pritha, the sister of his father Vasudeva, he had agreed to be the charioteer of Arjuna. So, Arjun's mother Kunti was the sister of Vasudeva, who was the father of Lord Shri Krishna. So there is a natural loving reciprocation between Arjuna and Krishna. So Krishna uh, wanted to inform Arjuna that we have such a friendly relationship. So uh, it is natural for me to drive chariot for you. So uh, so this intimacy has been indicated by the word Partha. Now there is another meaning of why Lord Krishna used this word Partha. We'll see it next. Now, what did Krishna mean when he told Arjuna to behold the Kurus? Did Arjuna want to stop there and not fight? Krishna never expected such things from the son of his aunt Pritha. The mind of Arjuna was thus predicted by the Lord in friendly joking. So, in other words, Lord Shri Krishna could understand that Arjuna would be in confusion when he would see all the Kurus assembled over there, and he was expecting that Arjuna should not get confused by seeing the Kurus, and he should just remain steady in his determination to fight with them. But uh, it's going to happen that Arjuna would be put into a delusion by the Yogamaya potency of the Lord, and he would argue with Lord Krishna for uh, not not to fight with Kauravas. So here Acharya Baldev Vidyabhushan mentions that पार्थ ऋषिकेश शब्दाभ्याम इदम सूच्यते मत प्रति स्वश्री पुत्रत्वात् तत्सारथ्यम अहम करिष्यामि एव त्वं तु अधुना एव युत्सां चक्षति इति किम शत्रु सैन्य वीक्षणेन इति सोपहासः भावः. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned the same, but there is some uh, subtle point in this regard that Lord Krishna indirectly uh, indicates to Arjuna that you wanted to see your enemies, and I'm going to uh, place your chariot between both the parties, and you would see your enemies. That's fine. But uh, just by reading your mind, I can understand that after seeing the Kurus, you will forget about fighting with them. You will sam chakshati. So, though you have asked me to place your chariot in between the both the parties, but uh, you will lose this enthusiasm to fight with them. So, what is the point of just asking me to just see your enemies? Enemy are not going to fight with them. So that is the sopahasa. Sopahasa means that's a Lord Krishna is joking with Arjuna. So and as he was joking, so he was also little smiling. So because Lord Shri Krishna is Rishikesha, uh, so being Rishikesha, he could read the mind of Arjuna, his dearmost friend. There are some other points. Uh, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, commenting on the word Rishikesha, he says, Sarvendriya Niyanta api eva muktaha Arjunena adishtaha Arjuna vag indriya matrena api niyamya abhut iti aho prema vashyatvam bhagavataha iti. So the meaning is that Lord Shri Krishna is Rishikesha. That means he is the controller of everyone's senses. Sarvindri Niyanta. But Sarvindra Niyanta api eva muktaha Arjunena adishtaha Arjuna vagendriya matrena api niyamya abhut. So even though he is the controller of everyone's senses, but it is so astonishing that Arjuna orders Lord Shri Krishna, and just by his speech, he could control Lord Krishna, who is the controller of everyone's senses. So, this particular scene reflects that Lord Shri Krishna is so much controlled by love of his devotees. So, aho prema vashyatvam bhagavataha. So, that is the beauty of this particular scene, that Lord Shri Krishna, uh, out of affection for Arjuna, though he could uh, he controls everyone's senses. However, he takes pleasure in being controlled by his devotees. So only those are devotees could understand the import of these statements, and that's the process of bhakti yoga to understand the words of Lord Shri Krishna. We had to become a devotee. Only then we can understand this loving reciprocation of Lord Sri Krishna, with his devotees. Okay, and regarding the word Gudakesa, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that atrapi vyakhayam साक्षात मायायाः अपि नियंता यह श्री कृष्ण सचापि येन प्रेमणा विजित्य वशीकृतः तेन अर्जुनेन मायावृत्तिः निद्रा वराकी जिता इति किम चित्रम इति भावः. So the meaning is that Lord Shri Krishna, who is the controller of everyone, even mayayaha api niyanta, he is a controller of maya or ignorance. So yeah, sachapi yene premana vijitya vashikrita. So Arjuna has conquered Lord Shri Krishna, who is the controller of Maya. So if Arjuna uh, could control ignorance or Maya, so what is great in that? He has already conquered Lord Shri Krishna, who is the controller of Maya. So there is no wonder in this particular thing. Uh, so, and if Arjuna could conquer our ignorance, then there is nothing to speak about conquering our ordinary things such as sleep, because the root cause of all tamuguna is ignorance. So once ignorance is destroyed, we can easily conquer our sleep and all kinds of bad habits. So devotees sometimes uh, they face struggle in controlling senses or control or getting rid of their bad habits. So the root cause is ignorance. First of all, we have to understand this principle that the cause of struggle is our ignorance. So once we attack this ignorance and work on removing this ignorance, so then it will be very easy for us to get rid of any sorts of bad habits, such as getting distracted while chanting or feeling uh, drowsy during the Bhagavatam class. All kinds of such uh, different features of ignorance can be destroyed once we work on bhakti yoga. So, and what is the remedy? We have to develop attachment for Lord Krishna. So, the more we develop this attachment for Lord Shri Krishna, then uh, the easier it would be to have control over senses. So that is the easiest process. And sometimes devotees think that we have spent many years, but still we are not able to even uh, chant our rounds with concentration or without restriction. So uh, we all need to first understand the principle that is mainly because of ignorance. That distraction is also a sign of tamoguna, because naturally in the conditioned state we do not uh, like chanting or thinking of Lord Shri Krishna. That is also another feature of ignorance, and that also indicates that we are on on a very gross platform. The, the more we are on a gross platform, thinking in terms of this body and thinking in terms of uh, material, gross sense pleasure, the more we think about in terms of gross pleasures, the more will be uh, the more it will be difficult for us to have control over them. So that is also an indication that why we uh, get so much struggle in controlling our bad habits. So, and the solution for uh, controlling our bad habits is to rise ourselves to spiritual platform. Let's not be on a very gross platform. So we have to rise ourselves uh, by the process of Krishna consciousness, and that's the easiest process. But somehow the uh, if we don't get that determination for whatever reasons, then it is our fault. No one to blame here, because the process of bhakti yoga is very uh, is the easiest and it's very simple process. But if we uh, due to our ignorance or our anarthas, if we don't pay uh, sufficient attention to the processes of bhakti yoga, then it might take many births to even understand it, let alone uh, acting on it. So that is the uh, import of this discussion. Why Arjuna is a Gudakesa, and it's very natural for him to uh, conquer sleep or ignorance. So it is not just the uh, prerogative of Arjuna, but any devotee who is sincere can be elevated to this platform just by the process of Krishna consciousness. And we all, what we need is the determination, and we can't just argue that no, but it's very difficult to get this determination, what to do. So we have to decide once we through once we understand it through hearing that it is important to us, then we have to make that determination. So the beginning uh, is determination. We have to make the right choice, and then we have to pray to Krishna. We have to pray to devotees for their help. So unless we have that determination, how could pure devotees or even Lord Krishna could help us? So there is a saying in English: God help them those who help themselves. So similarly, even in Bhakti Yoga, we have to first uh, make that determination. So many times we see that devotees, they only as a lip service mention that they are sincere or they want to improve their practices in Krishna consciousness, but actually they do not have this determination, because if they have some determination, then it would be reflected in their endeavors. If you don't have those such endeavors, conscious endeavors, then where is the scope of improvement? So uh, we have to try our best. Consciously, we have to endeavor, and then we have to pray to Lord Krishna. So that is the process. So, uh, but we must have that determination at any cost. That's the uh, that's the least thing required in advancing in bhakti yoga. Okay. Uh, Now text 26. तत्रापश्य स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि. Translation: Then Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers in law and well wishers. Purport: On the battlefield, Arjuna could see all kinds of relatives. He could see persons like Bhuri Shrava, who were his father's contemporaries. So here Srila Prabhupada would explain the, the various relationships mentioned in this particular verse. That the first relationship was mentioned, uh, Pitrin. Pitrin means who are like his fathers. So here Srila Prabhupada mentions that Bhurishrava. So here Srila Prabhupada mentions that Bhurishrava was the uh, age of Arjuna's father, and then the next word was Pitamaha. So Prabhupada explains uh, he could see persons like Bhurishrava who were his father's contemporaries, grandfathers Bhishma and Somadatta. So Bhishma and Somadatta were like his grandfathers. Teachers like Dronacharya and Kripacharya, because there is a word here, Acharya. So Dronacharya and Kripacharya were his Acharyas. Maternal uncles like Shalya and Shakuni. So both Shalya and Shakuni were maternal uncles of Arjuna. Brothers like Duryodhana, because for brother there was a word here, Bhratrin. And then Putran. So sons like Lakshmana. Lakshmana was the son of Duryodhana. So Duryodhana and his brothers uh, had many sons. So naturally, Arjuna had to fight with Duryodhana and other sons. So that was the scene. Friends like Ashwathama, Sakhim Statha. So he had friends like Ashwathama uh, and well-wishers like Kritavarma, etc. In the Mahabharata, uh, on multiple occasions, Ashwathama uh, gives good counsel to Duryodhana that Duryodhana should not fight with Pandavas, and he should just return uh, their portion or of kingdom, and just end this fight. And Ashwathama was from the very beginning was neutral to both the parties, Pandavas and Duryodhana's party. So he was uh, uh, till the war of Mahabharata, he was neutral, but because uh, Dronacharya had to fight for Kauravas, so Ashwathama was also obliged to uh, fight for Duryodhana, fight for Kauravas, because the reasons has been explained in Mahabharata that they got Artha from Dhritarashtra, and because uh, we are getting Artha or receiving our livelihood from Dhritarashtra, so it is natural for us to support them. So, and because we are servants of Artha, that's what Dronacharya mentioned, that we are servants of Artha. So uh, we have to support Dhritarashtra. So that was Ashwathama. So though he was a well-wisher of Pandavas, but he was against them. And Kritavarma was the commander in chief of Yadu army, but somehow other, due to the divine arrangement of Lord Shri Krishna, he was uh, put in Duryodhana's army, because Duryodhana had requested Lord Shri Krishna to help him. So, being obliged, he gave Kritavarma and his own Narayani army to Duryodhana. So, Arjuna uh, sees all his relatives on both the sides. So, these are many. These particular warriors are from the enemy side, but naturally, when the fight happens, you uh, not only Arjuna will have to fight with his relatives, but all the other warriors from Pandava army will also have to fight with their relatives. So that was a very painful situation. He could see also the armies which contained many of his friends. So that was really painful for anyone, let alone a kind-hearted person like Arjuna. Text 27. तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धून् अवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्. There is no purport to this. I will just read the translation. When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. So here, Arjuna, out of compassion, he could got bewildered. Uh, he had the determination to punish his enemies, but once he sees that who are his enemies, they are all his relatives. So naturally, being kind towards the relatives, and they are not, they are not just ordinary relatives. Many of them they are blood relatives. So by the divine arrangement of Lord Shri Krishna, he was put into illusion in the bodily concept of life, uh, and we will see as he argues further that he, he does not want to fight with Kauravas, and he would prefer to beg alms and live in forest. But this will be a sinful act to kill one's relatives. So that we'll see uh, next. So I will conclude here. If there is any question, any queries, or any doubts, then devotees can kindly send your queries to our the Secrets of Bhagavad Gita WhatsApp group, and I will try to answer them as time permits. Okay. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. Srila Vyasadeva ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for uh, being in this Secrets of Bhagavad Gita course. Hare Krishna. Thank you.